For years, you've chased growth by adding more. More habits, more hustle, more effort. Yet you feel heavier, not lighter. Why? Because real transformation isn't built. It's excavated. Beneath the surface of your mind live silent tenants, unseen habits, emotional hooks, and mental clutter, rewiring your brain and shaping your life without your permission. If you don't remove them, they don't just influence you, they become you. Here are 9 things to subtract with silent precision. Tell no one. Let your changed energy speak for itself. 1. The compulsion to be understood. Psychology calls this social validation dependency. It's the exhausting need for others to nod in approval, to get your choices, to see the world through your lens. But here's the truth that will set you free. Your peace cannot be held hostage by another person's perception. The moment you accept that most people will not understand you, and that this is not only okay, but irrelevant, you break a fundamental chain. You stop the constant internal translation, the emotional negotiation. Your energy, once spent pleading your case to an imaginary jury, floods back into your veins. Your silence ceases to be awkward and becomes your most profound power. 2. The guilt of outgrowing your past. You will feel it, a pang of betrayal when your growth creates distance from people, places, and even past versions of yourself. This is identity dissonance, the clash between who you are becoming and the fossilized you that others still remember and expect. They will say, "You've changed," with accusation in their tone. Nod. They are right. You are supposed to. Apologizing for evolving beyond your old environment is like a tree apologizing for its roots breaking through a sidewalk. That guilt is the ghost of a loop you were meant to break. Release it. Your expansion is not a betrayal, it is a mandate. 3. The reflex to over-explain. Watch yourself. Notice the urge to justify your no, to furnish 3 bullet points for a simple opinion, to provide a backstory for your silence. This is a primal survival hack gone rogue. Your brain releasing stress chemicals to avoid the perceived threat of rejection. In adulthood, it becomes emotional leakage. You are pouring your certainty out onto the ground to make others comfortable. Stop. You do not owe the world a footnote. Practice the art of the clean statement. Let your no be a complete sentence. In the space where your explanations used to live, curiosity and respect will grow. People value what they cannot fully grasp. 4. The digital noise that hijacks your reward system. Your brain's ancient dopamine pathways are being hacked by an infinite slot machine. Studies confirm that relentless scrolling doesn't just waste time, it dulls you. It reduces dopamine sensitivity, making your actual, tangible life feel grayscale and boring. You become impatient, agitated, addicted to microdoses of chaos. The solution is not a public declaration of a digital fast. It is a quiet, surgical detox. Unfollow without fanfare. Mute without mourning. Unsubscribe in the shadows. You are not depriving yourself of connection. You are performing a neurological rescue mission. Protect your focus like it is the last clean air you will ever breathe. 5. Conversations that are emotional vampires. Most dialogue is not an exchange. It is a monologue in disguise. Psychologists term this conversational narcissism. People listening only to reload their own response, waiting for their turn to talk. These interactions leave you feeling psychically drained, unseen, and strangely lonely. The moment you realize that your silence holds more value than their shallow noise, you reclaim a superpower. Stop pouring your precious energy into black holes of inattention. Walk away. The quiet you cultivate will become the fertile soil where your own thoughts finally take root and grow. 6. The fear of being perceived as boring. This anxiety stems from impression management, an exhausting mental ballet where you constantly tweak your personality to maintain interest and approval. But authenticity is the ultimate social magnet. When you release the pressure to perform, to always be on, you access a calm, centered power that draws people in. Paradoxically, the less you strain to be interesting, the more fascinating you become. Your peace, not your punchlines, becomes your most attractive quality. 7. The obsessive need for closure. We are tortured by unanswered questions. Why did they leave? What did it mean? Closure is a beautiful myth we chase to soothe the cognitive dissonance of unresolved stories. But life is not a novel. Some chapters end mid-sentence. Real strength is not in hunting down a final explanation that may not exist. It is in finding the courage to rewrite the next chapter with the last one left blank. True power is living peacefully without all the answers. 8. Self-criticism masquerading as motivation. That voice in your head that says you're lazy or you're not enough and you think it's holding you to a high standard. Neuroscience says otherwise. Research from Stanford shows that self-criticism spikes cortisol, the stress hormone, and actually impairs your brain's ability to learn from mistakes. You cannot hate yourself into a better version. You must perform a linguistic surgery, replace "I failed" with "I learned." Swap "I'm not enough" for "I am growing." This single word change isn't soft, it's strategic. It rewires your subconscious from a punishment system to a growth system. 9. The unseen urge to prove your worth. This is the deepest, quietest engine of them all. It often stems from conditional acceptance. In your formative years, love and praise tied to performance, grades, or good behavior. Your psyche learned a dangerous equation. Value, Joshua, achievement. So now you run on a treadmill of proof, chasing validation to feel you have earned your right to simply exist. The ultimate subtraction is deleting this core lie. You do not have to earn your right to rest, to breathe, to take up space. Your worth is not a verdict to be delivered by the world. It is your pre-existing condition. You are worthy of peace even on your most unproductive day, even if no one is clapping. The neurology of empty space. What happens when you subtract? When you begin this quiet purge, your brain will resist. It will mistake the familiar ache of these patterns for safety. But hold the space. A neurological shift begins. The mental bandwidth once hijacked by guilt, noise, and static is suddenly freed. Your mind stops processing endless reactions and starts processing reality. Your brain begins to reward clarity, not chaos. You will feel it. Decisions become cleaner. Silence becomes rich. Solitude becomes a sanctuary. This is the power of subtraction. You haven't just decluttered your schedule, you've rewired your identity. You stop performing, proving, and pleading. You simply stop giving away what was never theirs to take. Your mind, for the first time, is truly your own. Now see what you build with it.